In the past, the first suit I sold outside of NUS is $300.
Okay.
And the most expensive suit I've sold right now is $35,000. So I wanted a brand that transcends beyond just clothing, images, or marketing. I wanted it to represent values. Hence, the name Common was actually representing the common denominator among good men,
Right.
rather than being a common good. If you make a decision to have a good attitude, right, then that decision actually takes care for the rest of the day. And if every day is like that, right, the entire year is taken care by itself also. And if that year is taken care by itself, then that decade will be taken care by itself also.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Titans Voices. And today we have the man behind my entire wardrobe. So all the episodes that you see of all the amazing suits was done by this brother of mine. He is none other than the founder of Common Suits, Javin.
Hi everyone, my name is Javin and I'm the founder of Common Suits.
Yes, today we'll uncover his journey of how he built his business from my first suit was with him in a really small shop house at the top floor, and today his very own store at Telok, Ayer. And it's 2 stories. And it's really nice. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I'll paste the link below and visit it. It's really beautiful. And we'll understand his journey right now. Let's go. So, bro, can you share with us how did the whole Common Suit journey started?
It was during my graduation trip. So 2 weeks after my last paper, I incorporated the company. And yeah, but before that, because I was on a graduation trip to Thailand,
Okay.
and I was looking to make a suit in preparation for final rounds of interviews and also my new career. Then I got some friends and start asking me, where do you get your suits in Thailand? Then I said, I can do for you lah.
Huh?
Yeah, so it just came to me.
Confidence come from, bro.
So they texted and called me when I was in the tailor shop.
Okay.
So on the spot, I start to eyeball the person that's measuring me. And then when eyeballing, I tried to learn as much as I could. After the session, I said, I have a few friends who want to make a suit. How about you pass me some of your swatches, then I'll bring it back to Singapore. Let my friends choose the fabrics, and then I'll send you the measurements. Since now I already saw how you measure me, right?
And he was okay.
I mean, it's extra business for him anyway, right?
But how do you know how to measure in the first place?
So I didn't yet. And then after that, I went back home, scout through, look through YouTube videos. And then I went to the National Library as well to borrow a lot of books on, tailoring, classical menswear, and that's how I built up the knowledge.
Then when you bring back the fabric to your friends,
Yeah.
how long was that crash course of learning the skill till you measure them?
I didn't set a timeline on when I must fully master the thing.
Right.
I think it's difficult to pinpoint when exactly will you master that skill. You have to keep tweaking and learning at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. So there's no ending to really the mastery stage.
But your friend was waiting for you.
Oh no, we just go already. So I said, I'm coming back next week. So when I went back to Singapore, I called NUS and said I'm gonna start my own business, and the coming to graduate people will benefit from this service lah. Then I said, what service is that? I said, I'm gonna tailor suits for them. They said, sounds good. Then I said, can you give me a good price for a rented booth? And they said, we have space outside the canteen. I said, outdoor. I said, yeah, do it outdoor. I said, okay, we do it outdoor. Then it's very cheap. It's $25 a day only.
Okay.
So it's just outside the business school canteen. Then I went to Carousel, buy some second-hand mannequin, put my own old clothes on the mannequin. It's a very makeshift prototype.
So the total capital for the booth is how much? $25 for rental, the 2 mannequins.
A couple $100 lah. Yeah, but it's still a lot of money back then, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You just started
So everything was second hand. Then the swatches, we also handmade some of the old cuts, cut the fabric and then paste it on.
Right.
With double-sided tape, go to Art Friend to buy the hard cardboard, put in a file. But it was horrible. I'm not an art student, so it's horrible. Surprised actually people still buy.
How much was your back then for your first booth?
I think we managed to sell 15, 20 suits. No, but it was cheap, right? The price point that we had was actually very competitive.
15 to 20 suits.
Yeah.
That means the ROI is quite lucrative.
No, actually we lost money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because a lot of suits have to remake. My measurement skills weren't polished. Yeah. So if I would have to wait till I was ready to launch it, I might not even have launched it. So I think on hindsight, that was quite a blessing in disguise lah. Even though the first batch of customers, a lot of them didn't come back already. Yeah. So that phase was run a prototype first in business school canteen. Then after that, I carry on being a mobile tailor. So I was just carrying my luggage from door to door. Then that lasted for about a year. Then it moved on to renting a physical shop.
Put the luggage door to door.
Yeah, so we advertise online on Instagram. And then once we get leads, we ask the customers for their home address, their details, or even their offices. Then we'll travel down I will travel down, bring the swatches, and then I make it a point that I always have to appear in a suit. Yeah, no matter how hot the weather is.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Why?
You never know when will people ask you for your services. And since being a fashion or garment industry, you have the luxury of always being your product. It's not like let's say I'm a chef. I cannot always be bringing my meals around or chef hat around. It looks weird, right? But if I'm in a business of like selling suits, then being in a suit everywhere you go, it's already a form of marketing. And I think not wanting to let go of any opportunity is what I want to carry with me now, because it's quite fortunate that people do come up and ask like, oh, nice suit, where do you made it from? Then that's where I hand out my information to them. Yeah, it's happened a lot of times already. So
I can see that from your socials today.
Yeah, so even after work, before work, back then I never dressed down. I'm always in my own clothes, but be it a casual suit or a formal suit.
So you want to let go every possible minute that there may be an opportunity that someone may have a business opportunity with you.
Yeah, so it's like your retail hours may be fixed, like 10 to 8 or whatever, right? But your business mind must be 24 hour. That's what I always subscribe to lah.
Right. So when those people engage you, you'll pull your luggage door to door.
Measure them. And it may not be a sure sale, right? They might just want to find out your services only and then try on some of your samples and talk to you and know you as a person, like your vibe. Yeah.
At the beginning, how many people actually did you met? You went door to door, right? And then how many actual sales did you make?
I actually don't remember.
Was it a lot?
Okay, it was enough for me to save up for the down payment of the next rental shop. And it was come to a point whereby every person I meet, I have to go back at least like 2-3 times.
Right.
For refits, etc. So if you do the math, out of like 30 days, I'm spending like 20 days meeting them for servicing. So I only left with 10 days for new sales. It's not profitable because if you're using 1/3 of your time only for sales, then given the kind of margins, how can you cover for the next of the 2/3, right? So I thought, okay, maybe a space makes more sense. Firstly, I can have back-to-back appointments.
Yes.
Secondly, I can also reduce down the number of interactions also with a single customer. So for example, because now you can meet only 5 people because you're a mobile tailor.
Right.
You can only do that for 10 days. Because the remaining 2/3 is actually servicing. I need to increase the number of people I meet in a day so that 10 times 10 becomes 100 instead of 50. So that's how your revenue will jump. So I thought, okay, the only way to do that is to reduce the traveling time and then to also have a proper space so people may bring their friends along as well. And not just like you meeting them one-to-one, but they can bring their friends along, and that could help you to acquire customers at a faster speed. Yeah. So it's a very plain and simple way of like improvement from mobile tailoring to a small retail shop.
Yeah, and then I was the first few.
Yeah, you were the first few.
Those were the days when my hair was still the back comb.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all had the hairstyle.
Why Common Suit? Why is the name Common Suit?
Yeah, so a lot of people actually say you should change your name. It doesn't justify your quality. And then it's hard to reach like the higher paying customers. But I look back at my growing up years, and I look back at individuals that inspired me, right? There's always the same set of values that they embody.
Right.
And I hope that I also want to embody that, not just in myself as an individual, but in my brand as well. So I wanted a brand that transcends beyond just clothing, beyond just images or marketing. I wanted it to represent values that inspired me. And I realized that it's the same set of values that a lot of those good leaders, business leaders, or like political leaders carry. It's like pursuit of excellence, perseverance, being responsible for the bigger picture, for the masses, honesty. All these are the good values that really tied me through during tough times. So these are the common set of values is what I hope that my brand also will embody. And I hope that Common Suits will become part of this common denominator. Hence the name Common was actually representing common denominator rather than being a common good.
Right.
Yeah, the desire to wanting to become part of the common denominator among good men. Yeah.
So every time when they wear the suit, they carry themselves differently.
That's the idea, because suits is a very empowering garment to me. What inspired me to start this business at the start was because whenever I put on a suit for be it interviews or like presentations, I like the way I look in the mirror, how people perceive me. I feel like this set of armor just protects me from all sorts of like externalities, right? Because externalities you can't control, but you can control at least your own attitude. and
Right.
how you feel. And I think the suit, it's a constant reminder, and it puts me always at the top of my game.
Which means when every customer they wear your
Yeah,
suit,
yeah,
so when they
correct.
wear it, they will also have those.
Values that propel them to become the best version of themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So, concept came a long way. How long already?
Since 2014, so that's 11 years.
11 years.
Mm.
I think in Chinese got this saying called the 千天, right? That means if
1,000 days.
yeah, your business
Ah.
startup don't last more than 1,000 days, then
3
normally
years mark.
yeah, and most of them will close down.
It's true. I think based on stats, a lot of SMEs also closed down within the
Right.
first 3 years. It's
So,
true.
what was a significant event that changed Common Suit to continue flourishing the way it is today? What was that?
I think firstly
change?
was the desire to survive was always been very strong, even to today. My wife always says that, why are you always on your toes, being so careful and like nervous? Nervous not in a bad way, but I'm always thinking, how to get better. How can anybody surpass me? Like if that's the case, then how can I surpass myself first? Yeah, I keep thinking along that direction. So that was number one. Then I think number two is, at the start of my career, I had nothing to offer because I wasn't trained in tailoring. My background was not in menswear as well. It was basically going against all odds to even start something that's not in my forte.
Right.
So
Always starting again because
finance and marketing.
this is completely different.
It's very different. It's very different. So when you have nothing to offer to people, why should people give you a chance? I think a lot of businesses, when they first started, they have to understand that maybe there's nothing too special about them.
Right.
Yeah, maybe you have a very unique idea that could get a lot of investors that are interested in you. But I think it boils down to your values as a person. Whether you are trustable, you're backable, you're likable or not, and whether you can deliver what you promise. Yeah, whether your words mean anything. I think these are very important values throughout your entire life is important, but even more so during the starting years.
Right.
Yeah, because your words are basically your assets. You have your knowledge, but you can hire people as well, right? Yeah, but eventually it boils down to values as your own assets that's irreplaceable.
There's this old school way of thinking, right? I mean, to me, it's a bit old school. You want to identify what's the USP. But I think in today's society, there's nothing too unique or too different because everything is so
Yeah.
fast and innovation comes so quickly.
Correct.
So is that still valid, or do you think that actually no longer?
I think USP is important.
Okay.
It's a very sexy word used in marketing.
Right.
At the crux of it, you should think about what value you bring to people. What problem are you trying to solve? Yeah, that's number one. Like, what problem are you solving? What value are you bringing to people? Number two is the market size is always bigger than what you think it is. I mean, we go to Best and Key and then we see every year there's new TVs or every year there's new refrigerators. I thought every household have already, right? And you ever thought about how come they're still selling every day? I haven't changed my washing machine for many years as well.
Right.
How come Best and Key and Harvey Norman still doing so well? So how we perceive the market needs through our own lens, right? Often it's not the reality.
Right.
Yeah. So when we are trying to start into a new market and we think about all the USPs, I think it's because we're thinking that maybe the market is just too saturated. I need to be very different.
Right. I share the same
Yeah.
thought because I mean I'm in finance insurance, right?
Mm.
And every time people will question why should people get from you, then they say what's so unique about you.
Yeah.
After me being 10 years in the business, at the start I keep finding the unique selling point of why they come from me. That's why I ventured into heavily my niche investments. But after understanding a little bit, the main difference of the unique selling point is you.
Mm.
You know, you are the unique one,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Same thing as I've went to many tailors, but for the past many years, all my suits only with you.
Mm.
I will never go to anybody else.
Mm.
And when I
Thank
go
you.
there, it reaches a point where I don't have to choose what I want to choose. I just, bro, let me know what's my best possible suit next. Yeah.
It's true. It's a very human touch-based business. And like in your industry as well, it's a very relationship-based as well. I think you as a person, whether your values vibe with the customer or not, and whether they can trust you or not, I think these are things that are hard to put a tangible measurement on that. Of course, that being said, I think USP is still, I think you yourself found your own USP, right? Yeah, your niche investment, etc. So I think likewise for us, when I started, I never had any USP.
Right.
Any USP I put on the paper would just be fluff.
Right.
But over the years, I think like we at the 3rd year mark, the 5th year mark, then we realize what my preference is, what my customer's preference is, and how do I gel this thing together to maximize the value that I'm creating. And that formed the idea of a house cut. House cut meaning like when people look at the shape and the features of our suit, they can recognize that this is actually the common suits house cut.
Right.
Yeah, they don't have to see the label inside, they just look at the silhouette, they know, oh, this is probably common suits.
And it's working.
It worked pretty well, yeah. Even some overseas customers, they saw like our suits and they say like, oh, I think that should be yours. And they send a picture over and say like, is this made by you? I say, oh, how do you know? I say, I could recognize. Yeah. And I think my team also felt very happy when they hear this kind of compliment.
Now when I wear a new suit to the office, right, they'll say, common suit.
Yeah. So we're happy that happened lah. That's from the looks of it, the USP, and then from the feel of it, the interior is we made it lighter and lighter to suit the Southeast Asian climate. Yeah, so that became part of USP as well, to make it functional for our weather and then to make it look flattering as well from the outside. So we cover both outside and inside.
Right. So now it's the latest version that is lighter and can fit local weather.
Yeah, because we've got 4 stores, right, in Southeast Asia, which is Manila, Jakarta, Bangkok, and then plus Singapore. So the commonality is actually the weather.
Right.
Yeah.
Very warm. And a lot of people have that misconception that wearing a suit in Singapore is
uncomfortable, not practical. Yeah.
And you get sweaty. So this newest version will actually debunk all that myth.
We're doing our best. I can't say you won't sweat in it, but you'll sweat a lot less compared to the...
Proven. This is the latest one.
Yeah.
I wear it throughout the day. I don't take it out. So it's working 100%.
Yeah. It breathes very well, very porous.
It is.
Yeah, and it still retains its shape. And then recently we went to Italy as well to show some of the foreign influences. And I think they were very surprised and we're very proud.
I think you have transcended to another level where the base misconception that a suit should be very thick and it's very hard and it's only be worn in certain gala major events, it has been debunked. Where now really anybody, be it the weather, how hot it is, or whatever they are working as long as they want to dress really well, they can wear it without risking perspiring and ruining their hair or whatnot.
Yeah. So what we're trying to do is to remove their objection of the weather being the reason why you're not dressing up.
Right. That's Singapore's biggest
obstacle, right?
Yes, obstacle. Right. Okay. For anybody that just started up, be it as a business owner or even in my industry, right, as a self-employed, what is the most important thing that, like you said, they should have? Because at the start, you have nothing to offer. You're just a blank piece of paper, and it can be as a designer, it can be from a mid-career you just sign on.
Yeah.
So what's the one thing that you think will make that change between one that eventually succeed and one that doesn't?
I think making an effort to always control or portray a good attitude. Yeah, no matter how bad or how crappy you feel, you still have to show up. And by showing up means you still do your best in everything. And if you make a decision to have a good attitude, right, then that decision actually takes care for the rest of the day. And if every day is like that, right, the entire year is taken care by itself also. And if that year is taken care by itself, then that decade will be taken care by itself also. It's an accumulation of all the little drops of effort that you put in every day. When you have nothing to offer, you have a good attitude, I think people are willing to give you chances.
Right.
Yeah, and when you're humble and you're honest, and if you don't know, you say you don't know. If you were willing to go the extra mile because you got a good attitude, people can see it. And the next thing is, I think, to protect your reputation and also your values fiercely. For me, I had this incident where I made 2 suits for a customer for his wedding. I think it was my first year of my career. The lapel size wasn't done evenly. The customer didn't notice.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was just a dark suit.
Right.
But I felt I wouldn't want anybody to be telling him this when he stepped out of my shop.
Yes.
Like if my eyes already complain, right, then I should be the one that's complaining instead of letting other people complain and sweep it under the carpet, etc. So I said, bro, I don't think I want to release the suit to you. Then he said, why? I think it's okay. It's very, very nice. I said, actually, if you look at the lapels, they're not even. Then I measure on the spot and they said, wow, actually, if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't know. Plus, most people would just say, oh, it's good, you can collect it, and okay. And I said, but I have to protect my reputation. I need to protect, the value that I'm creating for you as well. Yeah, I don't want the value to be just a facade. I want it to be a real value that you're bringing home today. That in turn led to a lot of referrals from this customer. So yeah, I didn't make money from that deal because I had to remake the suit, right? In fact, I lost a bit of money, but he became an ambassador because he kept vouching for my integrity and vouching for my personality. So people naturally just want to help you when they see how sincere you are and wanting to help them.
Right. So for anybody that are not in the field they were in a forte in, having a good attitude, values, honesty, when you portray that enough, people are willing to give you a chance.
Yeah. I think when it comes to especially questions about profit, questions about monetary gains,
right,
people can be quite non-transparent. It's hard to find a service provider who is actually fully transparent, whether this is really the best thing that they can do for you. But if you can put it on the table and say that, look, this is my mistakes and I'm going to improve that for you, I think people can see that you really have their interests at heart. And in a world where there's so many solutions, so many service providers, competition is strong, it's very common for consumers to feel quite jaded and feel very like wary about
They're
what.
getting more skeptical.
Yeah, skeptical. That the skepticism is very high.
Right.
Yeah, so all the more I think we have to protect the values that make us trustable as fiercely as possible.
100%. In terms of skill set, what's the first skill they should acquire as someone that is new in running a business?
I think if it's just starting out, would be to take action and to not deliberate too long unnecessarily. Yeah.
In anything that they choose to.
Mistakes are bound to happen.
Right.
Don't be too careful. As long as the decision that you are making, right, you know that the worst case scenario will not burn down the house.
I get it.
Yeah, don't have to be 100%.
You can never be too ready.
Yeah, you can never be too ready. You don't have to
never
wait.
Be too perfect also.
Exactly. So as long as the decision that you're making is not a deal breaker, then you just need to make a roughly correct decision and don't think too much about it. Don't waste your energy dwelling on things that will not move the needle. Right. And I think I shared with you before, right? It's like you don't aim forever until you're ready, then you fire. A lot of times in entrepreneurship is you aim and you fire at the same time. Yeah, you just keep small bullets rather than like aiming for like a cannon shot. Yeah. Keep your bullets small, keep it plenty, and then you aim and you shoot at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're never too perfect and never too ready to. This is the correct absolute step.
Yeah. Today you might feel it's correct. Tomorrow you might change really.
Huh.
Yeah, because markets move fast. You grow fast as well. When you grow as an individual, then your perspective change.
You wake up, new inspiration.
Yeah, I thought I made a very good decision 3 years ago on something, or like now I look back, like that was a silly one. But if I have not made a decision back then, I wouldn't have transformed into today. I'm sure 5 years down the road, I look back at this interview I had with you, I will also laugh at myself. It's always like that. So be okay. I think it'd be very okay and forgiving towards yourself for knowing that you will definitely make mistakes, and your best version of yourself will always be in the future. It's not now.
Wow. That's deep.
So I think that's the number one skill set that helped me a lot.
Action.
Take action without much unnecessary deliberation.
Unnecessary keyword.
Yeah. And always keep the fighting spirit strong. I think that is very, very helpful. In your eyes, you must have fire. In your heart, you must have dreams. You must have big ambition. And under your feet, you must have strength. You must take action. You must move. It's even more difficult when all the problems come back to you and you're the one that's being responsible for it. And then in the end, it feels like I'm just working for my team, not my team working with me.
Life just hits you in every area possible. You'll reach a point that it's no longer monetary anymore.
Yeah.
Money can only push you that far.